I wanted to come.
Dude, the fucking cameras now. Dude, what the fuck, man?
Oh, because that restarted too, didn't it?
Everything did. Dude, motherfucker.
Can they hear us right now?
I think so.
Oh, well, what's up, everybody?
Yeah, let him.
We're rocking and rolling right now.
Yo, just keep
Our
the audio
cameras
down.
are shut off right now, but they're coming back on.
I can promise you our technical difficulties are not as bad as Phil's arch.
Suck my balls.
Facts.
Yeah, facts are cat.
Facts. All right, so they can hear us at least.
That's a step in the right. Here we go.
No, we.
Oh, I see
we're on.
us.
Oh, we good now. God damn it! What the fuck?
I see us. Damn, Tom is relentless tonight.
Regular.
He can suck our balls collectively.
Collectively.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me get you. Let's get back in the fucking groove of this shit. Here we go.
All right,
Go ahead, play that shit.
I gotta get comfortable.
Christ. All right, go ahead.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 64 of Psychotic and Iconic, featuring technical difficulties. Paul's here, along with my co-host Nick Theories, Mikey P, and Philly Phil. Thank you to everybody that's been tuned in to our live stream for the last 3 hours. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it so we can get more viewers in here. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and do that as well. Mikey P, finally, take it away.
I think we have a public service announcement from Philly Phil
No,
tonight.
I don't got anything.
Yeah, talking shit, Phil.
No, I
Put
don't
on
got
the
anything.
spot.
Defend yourself.
I don't even know what to fucking defend myself about.
Tom is
When-
asking if you are okay.
Voice mod wants to do a fucking update. Windows wants to do a fucking update, and then apparently nothing fucking works. Cameras don't work. We need to upgrade here.
Does that answer your question, Tom?
Is everything
Let us know in the comments.
Defend the fort,
Scream.
Phil. Defend the fort.
All right, guys.
Oh, Christ.
Welcome to episode 64 of this John. We're getting right into it to compensate. All right? P&I is brought to you by... You got to kill me. You like that? Emphasis.
I like that. That
Emphasis,
was
all
good.
right? P&I is brought to you by Prize Picks, your home for daily fantasy sports. New users who sign up for Prize Picks today using the promo code ICONIC will receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Also, be sure to check us out live on propshq.com at the Props Network. All right? Subscribe to us there. You will not regret it. And need we say more about what's coming tonight? The GOAT is back!
Bro.
He is back, and the NFL is going
back,
crazy. That's all you need to know. We got a lot of shit to talk about.
Fucking back, bro.
Look how now.
Yeah, he's fucking back, bro.
I can't even speak because I'm so excited.
So happy, man.
Look how happy this guy is.
Yo, I wanted to run through a wall when I found out last night.
You going to Tampa this year?
I was fucking pumped, bro.
You going to Tampa this year?
Hell yeah, I'm going to Tampa. You have to.
You better
bro.
believe it. That was your wish.
This could be his last year, bro. Like, you got to think about it. You got to think about it. So it's worth it for me.
For those of you who don't know, all right, Nick Theories was saying to us privately how much he wanted to see Brady in Tampa next year, and then he freaking retired right afterwards and broke the guy's heart. This is the top Tom Brady fan on this earth.
It is. It's true.
Okay?
It's
top
true.
Tom Brady fan.
Yeah.
Nobody stands Tom Brady like this guy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay? So, you got your wish, Nick. That one's for you.
I'm so happy, bro. I'm fucking happy as hell.
He mids.
What? This is the type of shit, man. You know what I mean? Our podcast is trying to blow up, and you over here talking about Brady being mids. This is what I'm talking about, man. Fuck we talking about, yo. Carry on.
He's gonna bring his shield out early. I want him to.
The shield is here, bro.
Yeah, it's up.
It's up.
But first, before we break this down further, guys, shout out to IPP Pressworks at Cherry Hill for this awesome fucking merch. All right, let us know if you are interested. We got hoodies, long sleeves, short sleeves, and we're gonna probably get some new colors soon too. All right,
And rubbers.
Yeah.
factual.
Hey, energy on a beam tonight. I like it. Go ahead, Phil.
We got
Different
Phil
shit.
on the mic tonight. All right. And that's all we got. Thank you again, IPP Pressworks, Dennis and Diane Riley, my aunt and uncle. All right. They're the best. Plain and simple. This is the best sweatshirt I've ever owned. All right. Now.
Fantastic fabric. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm going to say every show.
It is.
Fantastic
This is
fabric.
This is
That's what it is.
Comfy.
Exactly.
Comfy clothing. All right. Family, Tom Brady is back. You already see our reactions, but I need to hear some more. What does this mean, okay? Let's chop this up a little bit further before we talk about where the Bucs stand in terms of the league, the NFC. What's going on? I mean, first you see Tom Brady, he's back. Ryan Jensen signs 3 years. Boom. Major. Major. They lost Ali Marpet. They lost Alex Kappa today. So they're down 2 guards. Maybe Lenny's coming back. He took down that post where it looked like he was, you know.
He looked like he was heading
Kinda
out.
done?
Yeah.
Right?
The Brady effect.
Gronk.
He's
Gronk
coming
is
back.
probably coming back. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
All is peachy in Tampa Bay. All that talk about the front office, Bruce Arians, the coaches, everybody, toxic environment. We could put that to rest.
I knew
right?
it was all bullshit.
It's all bullshit. Come on, Nick.
I'm loving this, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Did I summarize
And
this to perfection?
Yeah, and they got Godwin back, so I expect them to be in play for another wide receiver as well, possibly Jarvis Landry. Off air, we talked about that.
Good fit.
I said Jarvis Landry would feast in the slot.
Somebody who could play inside and out.
Yeah.
Cover Godwin there for now.
Right, exactly.
Right?
He would be a perfect fit. I mean, I always thought OBJ, but he ain't coming back until later in the season.
Probably
and
Thanksgiving-ish.
No.
And look,
So-
they got Carlton Davis back. That was arguably the second biggest name on the cornerback market. Right?
Yeah, I was surprised. I thought he was going elsewhere because I thought he was going to get paid handsomely.
Can't believe it either. To be honest with you, J.C. Jackson got paid. We're going to talk about the Chargers a little bit more later this week, I'm sure. They're killing it right now. They're killing it.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack, J.C. Jackson, Mike Williams. Sheesh.
But
Sorry.
like,
Trying to tease
What-
the audience a little
what
bit
did
here.
you guys think of like the reason why he came back? Like, did you ever think he was retired, or did you just like, was there a point in time during his retirement in the 2 months that maybe something happened? He was like, "Fuck this! Like, I want to go back to playing football because this is what I do."
I mean, to me, it's just like I don't think he was ever ready to retire. I think he was doing it for Giselle. But like I always thought too, like that could cause resentment because it's not like he was playing bad. And then like I feel like I mean this is just like but like you see older athletes like LeBron and things like that still at the top of their game. So it's like if he's at the top of his game, how do you go out this early? You know what I mean? Like it's not like they came back against the Rams. I mean, granted they lost, but they still came back. And you know he led the league in touchdowns, passing yards. I mean, it wasn't like he played like shit. I mean, I don't think he can carry a team like he did 10 years ago, but he's still at the back end of his peak. It's not like he's not trash. He's not mediocre.
He's still at the top of his game, which
What makes you think he can't carry a team like that?
Because last year, like, I feel like 3 years ago he would have got them over the hump. 3-4 years ago. I just don't think
I just think the Rams were a better team. I think they were healthier.
Yeah, but
the Rams made one more play. That's it. The Rams made one more play in that game. Because Brady had that shit.
But that's fair. But here's the thing. I think 3-4 years ago, he wins that game.
I mean, he lost Godwin, and then AB quits.
Yeah.
So like.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, but like, I don't think Tom Brady can carry a team anymore. I really don't. And that's not shade. I think he's amazing. He's still, like I just said 2 minutes ago, he's still at the top of his game. It's just he needs those pieces. Like if you put Tom Brady in Jacksonville 5-6 years ago, you're going to be scared of them. If you put them on there now, they're going to be formidable. They're going to be better, but you're not going to be scared of them.
If you plug Tom Brady into a lot of organizations, your Super Bowl chances completely double.
Yes.
Like if you put him on the Titans, they'd probably be the favorites
because they have weapons. But like he's not taking average players and taking.
Well, their defense is kind of average.
But he would be throwing to AJ Brown, and he has Derrick Henry in the backfield.
Well, all right. So here's why I think Brady came back. So I think that Tampa was looking like it was going to be an overhaul. You know what I mean? Like they put all their eggs in one basket for that 1 year to go, running back per se. Then they lost, so he was probably looking like, oh shit, top-notch free agents. How are we gonna, sign them all? Leftwich might leave. Todd Bowles might leave. So, like if Leftwich left, Tom Brady would have to be with another offensive coordinator, and this late in his career. Like
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
That situation kind of like made me think like, okay, maybe that's the reason why. You know what I mean? He's probably looking at that. He's like, all right, I'll retire, quote unquote, but then I'll sit back, see what the Bucs do, see if Leftwich signs with another team, and if he doesn't and he comes back, then that might factor in my decision to come back, whatever. But I think that did play a role though.
Huh.
Leftwich thing.
Leftwich thing.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think it could even be something as simple as this. The guy legitimately tried to take time away from the game, and the game never left him. He loves the game too much. Well, and he's at the top of his ability still. I mean, instantly the Bucs are 10-1 odds now to win the Super Bowl, 5-1 to win the NFC Championship. That's the Tom Brady effect.
I like what he said too. My time is on the field, not in the stands. That time will come, but it's not now. Because that's like really real.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't. He's not ready to retire.
Yeah, that's why I felt like he stepped away a little bit. I think he wanted to see the landscape of the league.
And there were some real rumors of him possibly wanting to play for the Niners because he got nothing left to accomplish, but maybe playing for his hometown team. That's who he grew up loving. There were a little bit of legs to that, and actually, prior to the actual announcement, that was on our topic list right there. And I was like, oh, shit. That changed. That changed rather quickly.
Well, here's the reason why I never believed it. Is because he was under contract with the Bucs. So the only way he could get to San Francisco was to get traded or released by the Bucs.
Wasn't happening.
That wasn't going to happen. They're not going to release
Very
him.
Unlikely.
Right.
Very unlikely.
They're going to wait until he's put on the retired list. They're not going to just cut Brady because he's under contract.
Oh, yeah, because he never fired his retirement papers to the league.
Correct. So the only way he would have went there is through trade. And Bruce Arians came out and said, 5 first-round picks for Brady. That's what he said. So, like, that was never happening. So I never really believed the reports, to be honest with you.
Did you ever... So I remember this. I remember when we were talking about Tom Brady. Mike and I said, hey, there's no way he can leave after that loss. The way that it stung and just Tom Brady's competitive nature. It was kind of odd that at first it didn't seem to sting him. But I think the more that we went on, I think that is the reason. That and being away from the game just brought him back. That's my personal thoughts. Do you guys think it's the game, perhaps?
Yeah, I mean, like,
'Cause that's,
I mean, look,
you know-
dude, like when you wake up every day for the last 30 years of your life or whatever, just doing the same routine, like, yeah, I mean, of course you're gonna miss that. That's your life, bro. You know what I mean? And if you're still playing at the top of your game and you're still competitive and you still love the sport as much as he does, then it never made any sense to retire. So yeah, like, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way with him, dude. And then like he's talking about unfinished business. You have 7 Super Bowls, bro. That's why I've grown to love him.
Yeah.
That is why I've grown to like not hate on him so much.
I think without further ado, guys, we have to decide where the Bucs stand right now. So I'm going to throw you some facts or cap, and I want the audience to reply too, okay? I want to hear everybody's opinions because this is major. The NFC was wide open, literally, as of yesterday. The NFC was wide the fuck open. It was Rams, Packers, and then right for the taking, anyone else. So now, Tom Brady's back, and it's a big 3 at this point. So first question is this, plain and simple. The Bucs are the best team in the NFL. Facts or cap?
Cat.
That quick to say that, huh?
It's cat. But I have them. They're definitely a top 5 team with Brady. Definitely a top 5. But I don't think they're the best team in the NFL right now.
What makes them not the best, in your opinion?
They still need to sign back. Like, I need them to get Leonard Fournette back. Godwin needs to come back healthy. And, you know, it's hard, man. Like, the Rams are still there. I mean, Denver's better now. Like, teams just got better. The Chargers are loaded. So I mean,
you think on paper right now they're slightly behind those teams, but with a few more moves, it would probably change, right? Hard hitter.
If they sign back, like if Lenny comes back, they did sign Jensen today, Carlton Davis. So it's not like that. It's just like they didn't win last year with relatively the same team. So it's like I can't put them at the top of the.
We're not going to
league right
possibly blame some of the injuries, maybe?
No, because here's the thing. It can't be when Brady wins, he can win with everybody, but when he loses, blame injuries, the coach, the defense.
Fair
You can't
take.
do that.
Fair take.
Can't do that.
I'm just, judging the temperature here.
Yeah, no, we know Brady can win with mediocre talent. Can he do it again? And it's just like, he can. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucs win the Super Bowl this year, but I just don't think they're at the top right now.
Nick looks eager to answer this one. Nick, are the Bucs the best team in the NFL?
It's
facts or cap?
It's cap, but they are a couple moves away from being the best. Though they need to get another corner. Like, that's cool. They got Carlton Davis, but they need somebody else. And last year he had problems with injuries. So if he goes down, who else do you have? So they need to address that still. Also, I think they need to actually fill the holes of the guards.
Pause.
That's fucking crazy, dog. Anyway, because they lost Ali Marpet and they lost Alex Kappa due to free agency. So they need to plug in guys that can actually block a Rams caliber defensive line, because that's really their competition, them and Green Bay in the NFC right now. And they also need to get another wide receiver. Like, I think Brady loves the slot guys. Godwin's he's a do-it-all kind of guy. You know what I mean? He goes across the middle. He can go deep. He can play on the outside of the numbers, all that stuff. But if they can get legitimate, slot receiver, I think they can be in business. And, Gronk coming back. I know you mentioned Fournette, but, like, in this league, running backs can be replaced at any moment by anybody. And Keyshawn Vaughn, he actually had a couple good games last year.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, so
Lenny was a big part of that offense.
no, Lenny's awesome. Like, I think he's a really good player, but is he a system player, or is he just good on the Bucs?
Issue
I
with
think
that
so.
is
If he goes
here's the thing.
somewhere else, is
personally.
he going to be that effective?
That's a great point, and I agree with it. But the thing is, though, is Brady now trusts him.
Yeah, well, sure. I mean, after you
So-
play for him, for a couple of years now. But, like, again, I think running backs can be replaced, in my opinion. So, like, they can take that money that they would spend on Fournette and put it into linemen to help block Brady. That would be a good idea for me. But right now, it's cap. I think, the Chargers made some big moves. I think they might be one of the best teams in the NFL. The Bills are still there. The Chiefs are still there. Rams, and Green Bay. You could possibly put Green Bay into that category as well.
I would have to say Cap as well. Okay. The thing is with Tom Brady is that protection needs to be solid. Solid. If he gets interior pressure like that, I mean, look, you got Ryan Jensen back. That's major, but interior
ribbed.
Yeah, fire.
Interior pressure on Tom Brady is not a recipe for his success. Any pressure, really. So fix the O-line. I think that they can rather easily. That's a draft pick or two. I don't think they're going to have any trouble. And the secondary has been a major issue, like Nick said. So they're close. I mean, bringing Tom Brady back right there instantly makes me think, man,
they went from
get
2,500 plus 2,500 to win the Super Bowl to plus 750.
unbelievable.
Anything can happen.
So here's my follow-up, though, guys, because NFL, I mean, that's the grand scheme. Now let's talk about NFC. The Bucs are the best team in the NFC. Facts or cap? Now's where it gets interesting.
I'm gonna say Cap again. I will put the Rams above them, but I wouldn't put the Packers above them. I would say the Rams are the only team definitively better than them in the NFC that I can think of right now off the top of my head.
Nick Theories.
I'm with you on that. It feels like the Rams have the Bucs number a little bit. They've beaten them a couple of times with Brady, and Brady had better teams than he has right now. So, and the Rams are the best team in the NFC right now. I mean, they are the Super Bowl champion, so they are going to be the ones that's going to be hunted. So that's a good spot to be in if you're a Buck, because now you don't have a target on your back anymore. The Rams do. So
I see
I like the position.
The audience is saying
Pause.
cap. I'm seeing majority say cap to the NFL question. I'm seeing majority say cap to the NFC.
Yeah.
I'm saying facts.
Shit.
I think that they got more. I think that they just need to return some players to health. But I think, honestly, right now, I have more questions about whether the Rams can fix their O-line than the Bucs, which is surprising. But that's what happens when you have an all-pro center like that, 2 bookend tackles. Okay, there were some injuries there, and I hate to blame injuries too. You know that. Like, I'm not trying to bail Tom Brady out, but I think that they're deeper even on defense as a whole unit. Let's say, like, I think the Rams are very star heavy. Let's put it that way. Getting Carlton Davis back was major, but remember, he was out for like the entire year. He was not the same when he came back. So my thoughts are, thank you, Tom. I see you. All right. I told you I want to be challenged tonight.
Pause.
That could mean 2 different things, I guess. I just think that the Rams, I'm more concerned about them being able to bring their guys back right now. I think the Bucs are going to have an easier time. I really do. And it's like 2 similar situations. And I think that the Bucs right now have a better roster than the Packers. I think the Packers are pretty much.
They also have a big Devontae Adams problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know,
And they lost their offensive coordinator.
I'll actually give you guys a couple minutes there in a sec. But I think the Packers right now, losing Zadarius Smith, Devondre Campbell, you don't know if he's coming back. Things are looking a little bleak for them too. The defense was kind of a good point for them for once last year. Now, Devontae Adams, all right? And we're not trying to spend too much time on this, okay? But if you make him unhappy, guys, Aaron Rodgers has not signed the dotted line. If Aaron Rodgers is unhappy, Devontae Adams is unhappy, are we done with this drama yet? And this is totally out of the blue. We were talking about this a little bit before the show, but like, I don't want to say anything's done until it's done.
Nah,
How did they sign?
I'm not gonna do that, man. We're over here gonna assassinate a man's character. I'm not gonna do that.
Who?
Rodgers? You don't think he's a man of his word?
He didn't sign the papers yet.
He
And
said
look,
that.
if
He
you-
said that. He said I didn't sign it. He said the contract was fake and that he didn't sign anything.
But he said he was going back to Green Bay. That's what he said.
I mean, because look, here, let me break this down for you. Christian Kirk just got over $20 million a season from the Jags. Devontae Adams, I said this already to you guys. He's going over $30 million a season. He has absolutely zero right to play on that 1-year deal on the franchise tag.
I wouldn't play at all.
Why would you?
Hell no.
He's been the best receiver in the league for 3 years.
Because if Christian Kirk could get 4 years, $84 million, imagine what Devontae Adams is going to get. So if I'm Devontae Adams and I've been the best receiver for the last 3-4 years, and I'm looking at a guy like Christian Kirk make $84 million, and I'm still playing on the franchise tag, fuck you. I ain't playing on that shit.
Yeah, you better believe it.
The fuck? You better pay me my fucking money or I'm leaving. Somebody else is going to pay me. I deserve that shit.
I got to answer Godfather. Godfather, Rodgers is not signed. He can't kill the cap right now. And the rumor was that it was cap friendly.
The thing is,
we don't know though. We don't know. He's
like,
not signed right now. Technically, he's returning, but he's not signed.
I know we're gonna get to this in a little bit, but the Cowboys cut Amari Cooper because they say that he's not a $20 million wide receiver, and then Christian Kirk gets signed for 21.5.
Free agency, fellas. He just reset the whole market.
Bro, it's Christian
the whole
Kirk, bro.
Market.
He's legitimately mids.
He's not a number one receiver. He's a good number two. He's really good.
I'd say Michael Pittman's number 2, and he's not even. I don't even think he's near Michael Pittman.
Well,
yeah, Pittman's a different animal.
Two different types of players.
I got you, but I'm just saying, like in terms of impact, like Christian Kirk ain't giving you 21 million in impact.
There's very few guys in the league that could do that. So stay tuned because I feel like something's up. I saw a comment in the audience saying that. I think it was Godfarth. It's a little odd, guys. I mean, who's to say? What if the Raiders come along and they're like, oh, well, we'll get Devontae and Aaron Rodgers off of your hands, and they give up a fucking haul? Who says no? Maybe Derek Carr's involved. I don't know. I'm just throwing out some crazy-ass shit because everything's been insane lately. So we're going to minimize Aaron Rodgers. We have to move on to the next one. All right? Phillyville, give us something new, all right?
Yeah, the GOAT's back.
The GOAT's back. The fact that we're having this conversation.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, this is great. This is great.
I'm not fucking surprised.
This is so good for the league, okay? Guys, Deshaun Watson. We're not talking about his cases, all right? The criminal stuff, he's not guilty. He's got civil cases left. We're not talking about that. Now, under the assumption that all is good, it looks like it, everybody's piling in. Everybody wants Deshaun Watson now. There's at least 10 teams interested. Let's say I would think 4 to 5 real serious contenders for the guy. So what our job is here is now we have to figure out where the hell he's going. And we talked about this probably at length around week 7 or 8 of the season. The Eagles were in there. The Panthers were in there. The Broncos at the time. Things are interesting, guys. There's a lot of strong rumors out there, and now his price tag went up. You're not getting him on the cheap anymore. It's at least 3 first-rounders. So, I got a 2-part question. Where should he go? Where will he go? And we have to connect the dots here because it's not easy right now. Now, the backstory is the Panthers and Saints are the front runners. They have already submitted offers. There may have been other teams, but we're not hearing about it yet. You could safely say the Eagles are in. There's some people saying that they're not. I can guarantee they're in. The Browns, probably one of the serious teams that are in. And then everything else is kind of like question mark.
But he's got to waive his no trade clause.
Seattle, maybe.
I don't think he's going to go to the Browns.
So, Nick, good point, because Deshaun Watson, apparently his camp is saying that he's going to go visit teams before deciding like who he would be willing to play for. So these offers are probably on the table. They might already know whose offer they're going to take, but now it's down to Deshaun Watson. This could happen any minute. So, there it is. There's the backstory. The audience knows. I want to hear from you guys too. All right, where should he go? Where will he go? 2-part.
He should have gone to the Steelers. Outside of it being a PR nightmare, he should have went to the Steelers. Because even if they gave up 3 first-round picks for him, their team is built.
What about now, though, Mike? Where should he go now?
Oh, where should he go now?
Yeah.
And I think it's where he will go. I think Seattle.
Mike actually said that last show.
I think it's Seattle.
You said that last
you got
show,
DK
or was it-
Metcalf. You have Tyler Lockett. Now you have Noah Fant. You have a loaded offense. I mean, and not for nothing, this might be a controversial statement, but Deshaun Watson's career as a starter is 28 and 25. He was 4-12 in his last full season without D-Hop. So it's like, can he... Now he led the league in passing yards, but it only equated to 4 wins out of 16 games. So, there are questions. Can he uplift, a mediocre team, a mediocre offense? So I don't know. That's how I judge
that
him
franchise kind of feels like they were mediocre even when they were winning.
Who? The Texans? Yeah.
They always had something wrong.
Yeah.
They mismanaged the cap. They mismanaged a bunch of deals with Bill O'Brien. I mean, Laramie Tunsil, for one. That was comical. But interesting, though. Interesting. I still think he's a top 5 QB. And he's number 5 on my list.
I think it's Seattle.
You still think it's Seattle? So you think he should go there? I mean, look, we were saying Seattle is a team where, like, they don't look like they want to rebuild. They want to retool, and they got a chest of picks now to deal with. They still have Pete Carroll.
The no trade clause is throwing me off because it's like, okay, Seattle offers. It could be similar to what the Commanders did for Russell Wilson, where it's like, okay, here's the offer. No. Except, he's saying no. Or, I'm sorry, the Eagles, because Russell Wilson apparently turned down going to the Eagles, which is fine. But would Watson do that if Seattle went in there for him? If he's saying, if it's coming out that he will only play for the Saints or the Panthers. So, that's a tough situation.
I can't even believe everything going on with the QBs right now. Nick Theories? Your take?
I think he should go to the Saints. And I think he will go to the Saints.
Wow. So
gut feel. I think he's looking at the situation. Look, Carolina's got good weapons, right? But the problem with them is their defense is shaky. They just lost Hassan Reddick. That's a big loss for them.
Major.
And the Saints defense has proven year in and year out that they're a top unit. So if he has a good defense and you pair him up with Alvin Kamara.
He's not playing this year.
He's not playing this year?
Probably not.
Why not?
That's not confirmed, and he actually just restructured his deal too. That freed up $11 million in cap.
Right.
So we don't know that. Mike, it's possible for sure.
Yeah, he could be suspended.
We don't know that.
I don't know anything
he
about.
freed up cap space from his one call a day.
Yeah. So, anyways, so you get Kamara with Watson and Michael Thomas coming back. Okay, let's not disrespect Michael Thomas here on anybody. Should know better about this guy. This guy's for real, bro. This guy,
100+ catches guaranteed.
They have slept on this guy for a little while. I think when he comes back, I think he's going to be Michael Thomas again. I know he had a couple of injuries that kept him out, but now I think he's healthy. He sat out a whole year and change. I think he's 100% healthy. You pair him up with Deshaun Watson and Kamara, I think you got a trio right there. And plus, the Saints can go out and get a Jarvis Landry or another wide receiver, and there you go.
Watson also sat out for a year too.
A nice threat right there.
Nick,
with that defense, dude, I like it.
Remember, guys, Nick said gut feel Saints are making the playoffs, right?
No,
Nick, if they get
Super Bowl,
if they get Deshaun Watson,
gut feel, bro.
If they get Deshaun Watson with this current roster, I mean, they have some cap work to do, and we don't know if Teron Armstead is going to be the left tackle. They got a lot of things they got to do. If the Saints get him, even with the roster they have now, let's just say,
they're going to be good.
You could literally make an argument they're the best team in the NFC. That's how good that defense is.
They did lose.
You could make the argument
too.
Now that's a huge
Who's
loss.
to say Sean Payton won't come back?
Right? Yeah.
I mean, Brady came back, so who's to say Sean Payton won't come back? He's like, oh shit, they got Deshaun Watson. I'm back,
that's
bro.
different.
It's not going to happen, though, even though that would be insane. Nothing surprised me anymore. But, Nick, I just want to say, though, if the Saints get him, man, they're scary. They're scary
out
good.
A year, bro. He's going to be rusty.
Who?
Deshaun Watson.
What is that, last two games?
Of course he's going to be, yeah.
I don't know, bro. People sit
with the quarterback play.
But here's the thing.
Jameis Winston looked rusty for 8 weeks.
Right, exactly. So, if the Saints have a good defense, so if he plays middle of the pack quarterback for the first 3 weeks, they could still win because of that defense. So for me, it's like when he gets hot, it could be scary, bro.
The Saints,
they're going to be a well-balanced team if he goes to the Saints, which I think he will.
I can say this with confidence that the Saints have a better defense than the Bucs, the Packers, and the Rams. I can safely say that right now. That's right.
Say what?
They have the better defense than all three of the top 3 NFC teams. I can easily say that with confidence. I'm just throwing it out there. I love that you said that, though. I love that you said the Saints, and they are one of the front runners, supposedly. Mm-hmm. Now,
culture.
You guys know I've been saying this. Whether you like the guy or not, okay?
Say what you need to say.
I need to say it. I got to get this off my chest because I said it at week 7. I said it at week 8. What, was the deadline week 9? Okay. I think the Eagles... Look, we were spot on, okay? I should say, spot on with the Russell Wilson take. They made their offer for Russell Wilson. That already tells you that if an elite quarterback's on the board, that they will go after this guy. Okay? They've already shown that they were interested in Deshaun Watson before the Russell Wilson deal. Like, they sent a private investigator last week to Houston to check up on this case. This is last week. This is before Russell Wilson was dealt on Monday. Last Monday. It's been a week. And nobody's got more ammo than the Eagles.
But he controls it.
So where should he go? I know. And they were saying, right? They were saying that he would have accepted it for the Eagles. That was midseason. Eagles and Panthers. It was down to those two.
I mean, to be honest, if you're Deshaun Watson, why wouldn't you go to after signing Reddick? Why wouldn't you go to the Eagles and go play with Devontae Smith? He's a stud.
You can get Will Fuller on one of your deal too if you want. Just throwing that out there.
He would do big things.
What if the Eagles just aren't interested anymore? Do you ever think of that?
I don't think he's going there. I'm not saying that.
Nick, I think the difference with the Eagles and all the teams that are interested is the Eagles have the best quarterback situation of all of them. So they're going to do everything possible to keep this quiet. This is going to be done quietly. One of those.
It's never
It's
quiet,
a sting operation. No, it'll get out at some point, I'm sure. I mean, it kind of already is. I have quotes right here.
Like, you know what I mean?
Deshaun Watson to the Eagles was bigger than it was on Friday. Pause. Okay? I see it is an emphatic yes now that the Eagles are the front runner to sign Deshaun Watson. These are 2 quotes, big name guys. Third one was, this is Rob Maddie, who's been pretty good with the Eagles, the Carson Wentz stuff. Okay? He's saying the same thing. I think they're going to do it quietly as possible. There's no urgency because they got the best QB in the mix of the other teams. Then you see there were a couple other guys. There was Dove Kleiman, and one other guy said that the Eagles were out. I don't buy that for a second, guys. I don't buy it for a second.
You think it's a facade?
I think they're all in. All chips on the table.
You think that was a smoke screen that was supposed to be sent out?
I think that the Eagles were interested last week. I think that their 1A was Russell Wilson. He's off the board. Now you got Deshaun Watson. I think they honestly, should they get him? Well, does he make the team better? Yeah. Even after mortgaging 3 first-rounders, he makes the team better. So, I'm not advocating the person. Do I think he will go there? Yeah, I've been saying this to you guys. I'm screaming it. I'm saying it again. I think he's going to the Eagles. I'm not backing down.
Wow.
I think that's where he's going. And until he gets traded, I'm not backing off that statement.
Yeah, but I think he has to want to go there, though.
I'm just telling you what I think.
Got to sell him.
I think it's a rather easy sell, too.
So what's this smoke about the Panthers and the Saints are the only ones that he's interested
They're the ones that are known. The ones that are getting publicly reported on. That's all. The Browns are interested, too.
I don't know.
Going to Cleveland.
No, he's not.
So you're telling me that every single piece of news, the Eagles are able to control what gets out to the public and what doesn't?
They're a master of that. They are a master of the PR, unfortunately.
To what record? What track record makes them a master?
All they do is blow smoke all the time. You never know what's going to be true. So you're seeing 2 sides of the story. You're seeing guys that are plugged in with the Eagles saying that the Eagles are still in, but you're seeing the national crowd, a couple of guys saying that he's not in.
I have a great one for you. We're going to trade up and draft Justin Jefferson, and we take Jalen Hurts in the 2nd round because they were saying that they wanted the 2nd round pick for that. Everybody thought they were going to do it and leapfrog, or no, was it CeeDee Lamb, whoever it was? I forget who it was. It was to jump Dallas with Atlanta. Nobody knew they were taking
sorry,
Jalen
Godfather. I'm sorry.
Nobody knew they were taking Jalen Hurts.
I don't know. I have a hard time believing shit like this.
Same thing with Carson Wentz.
Series.
They signed him to a long-term deal. He's out the door. Oh, I mean, Jalen Hurts, the whole Jalen Hurts situation, it never seems like they've been bought in. And look, he is a great fallback option. He's a great fallback option. I'd have no problem with it. If that's what they're wound up with, you're fine. You have a year to evaluate him with 3 first-rounders. They probably won't even take all 3 of them. But also, my other spin is this. I said this to you guys. Hassan Reddick just signed. When we were talking about Chandler Jones, I said to you, if the Eagles start making free agent signings like this, that tells me they're planning on not having their first-round pick. Because what are they going to do with the first-rounder? If Hassan Reddick didn't sign today, I think that the first pick the Eagles take is an edge rusher. I don't think that anymore. And they still could. They build on the defensive line, but I think that signing today says to me, and everything else that they're supposedly in on, a free agent receiver, a free agent at safety, all this shit, that sounds like a team that knows there's a chance they won't have these first-round picks. That's what it screams.
Keep screaming.
And by the way, Hassan Reddick, let's grade the deal. What are you guys thinking? Hassan Reddick on a 3-year deal. He got paid. And I will tell you this, okay?
I think, right.
Over the last 2 years, only Myles Garrett, Aaron Donald, Trey Hendrickson, and TJ Watt have more sacks than this guy. Temple made Temple proud from Camden, New Jersey. He's great kid. He's not really a kid.
A+.
I think it's an A.
A+. That's a great signing for them, dude. That's a great signing for them.
It's a signing of need. He had 12.5 sacks last year.
He's a stud.
And then he had 11 this previous year.
Story of his career was always, how do you use him? You have to be creative in how you use him.
Edge.
Absolutely. Some linebacker snaps, D-line. You have to move him around everywhere. He's a speed demon. He's a speed rusher. So pairing him up, though, with Josh Sweat, now the long term's looking bright, guys.
It's awesome.
And you could put a veteran behind these guys on a cheap 1-year deal. That's what I'm saying. Bobby Wagner needs to be signed.
Exactly what I would do,
They need to sign him.
That's exactly
you bring
what I would
those
do.
2 guys in.
Yeah.
You bring those 2 guys in, then I think you're on to something with Deshaun Watson.
And maybe, guys,
serious,
maybe right before this show, they finally decided they're moving on from Alex Singleton. Enough of the mediocrity?
That was my favorite
Maybe.
move. That was my favorite move.
I think so.
Yeah, you guys really think that Jalen Hurts is not going to be the Eagles quarterback next year? Like, for real?
Until Deshaun Watson gets traded, yes.
Like, I just
That's the
don't,
last elite QB that's on the board that we know of. I mean,
Like,
maybe Kyler's out there.
Like, if you have the ammo, why don't you use those draft picks and why don't you go get a top-notch wide receiver who's on the market?
If they don't believe in Hurts, I mean, if you don't believe, you don't believe.
Okay, so
They drafted him with the intention of being a backup. He took the team to the playoffs, and guess what? Here's the part 2. I still think if this deal gets made, I think Jalen Hurts, if he doesn't go to Houston, which is possible, I don't think it's likely that he's in this deal. I think it's more like you get 3 first-rounders, a couple of 3s, and Andre Dillard maybe.
Damn, I think they would definitely send Hurts.
If Hurts is in it, then you can subtract some picks there. Still going to probably be 3 1s. Maybe it's 2 from this year, 1 from next. But I think Hurts is still going to Seattle. I think he's a perfect fit there for that offense. I said this to you guys with the Russell Wilson thing. It's the same concept. It's really the same thing. And I think that they could get a 1 for him. I think the league actually likes Hurts more than the Eagles. I think they could get a 1 for him.
So you think
if he doesn't go to Houston in the deal, I think Seattle's where he's going. This is if Deshaun Watson becomes an Eagle and Hurts is not in the deal.
So Houston wouldn't acquire Hurts? They would have to.
No, they like Davis Mills, and they're talking about bringing back Tyrod Taylor as the backup. Davis Mills was good with nothing.
Davis Mills played well at the end of the year.
He played really well.
He really did.
Okay, so we don't question Davis Mills' ability to play quarterback, and they're willing to give him a chance, but nobody's willing to give Jalen Hurts a chance?
No.
Yeah, the Seattle Seahawks.
We did give Hurts a chance, but
went to the playoffs.
Nick, I'm not saying I'm not willing to give him a chance. I'm just saying the Eagles, for some reason, are not bought in on this guy. They have not shown. I mean, the fact that they have to defend that they're in on this guy, that Jalen Hurts is the guy, means that he's not a franchise guy. You don't answer questions about franchise quarterback.
Okay,
Do the Chargers answer about Justin Herbert?
So then the bottom line is, you got to trade Jalen Hurts. If he ain't the guy, if he's not your franchise guy, you got to get rid of him, because then you're wasting your fucking time and you're wasting your money and you're wasting, your overall talent that you have on the roster currently.
You don't just get rid of him to get rid of him,
You don't get rid of him and downgrade, motherfucker.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if he's not a franchise guy, you go out and go get one. That's why I'm saying. But you got to get rid of him.
So
if
Nick,
you don't believe in Jalen Hurts, you got to let him go. I don't understand
it. They do to a degree. It's just like me saying, like, hey, I would rather have an elite quarterback. I would rather have one of those guys because I know I'm getting a top 5 QB. That's all it is. I think that they do like him. They just don't love him. And they have reason to be like, okay, I want to see one more year. That's the more likely scenario anyway.
Yeah.
That we see Jalen Hurts come back next year and they learn if he's the guy. They're going to move on if he's not the guy next year. So that's the thing is, did they see enough to this point? Probably not. But did they see enough to let him be the starter next year? Yes.
All right, let me ask you guys a question because it's really fucking with me right now. Is it more appealing to trade 3 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson, right? Right? You have Deshaun Watson, and you keep your current wide receiver core. Or you keep Jalen Hurts, and you upgrade a wide receiver. Just say the Eagles made a trade for Devontae Adams because they can pay him. Just saying. What would you do?
Unfortunately,
you got Devontae Adams and Jalen Hurts, and you got Devontae Smith. And you got Quez in the slot.
Yeah, I got you.
And you got Goddard. What are your thoughts?
The thing is they're not mutually exclusive to me. I think the Eagles are upgrading that room regardless. It's going to happen. Now, if Deshaun Watson is in there, an elite quarterback raises the play of the other guys around him. And I would be fine if in that scenario, even though I know it's not going to happen, I'd be fine with it. I'd rather have Deshaun Watson, a proven quarterback who's top 5, not talking about the person, but he's a blatant top 5 quarterback who's 26, signed at long term, $38 million per year, 36. That's really cheap for a top 5 quarterback.
But
would I rather have him and the current receiving core over Hurts and an Adams type? Yeah, I would. I would rather, because quarterback's the most important position in the game. That's the Eagles' belief, and that's everyone's belief.
You got to understand too. He actually might be suspended to start the season.
He will be. I guarantee you that.
He could lose half the season or something.
I guarantee you that, and that's why maybe in this scenario they keep Minshew. Right now, he's signed. They don't have to move Minshew. I know we heard the Colts talk. They don't have to do it. So conceptually, it all makes sense.
So this guy is going to not play for a whole year and then step in mid-year without any experience in the last season and a half. That spells trouble, bro. That spells you're building for not next year, the year before.
Well, the good news is you got him signed long term. And the Eagles showed that they could play at a reasonably high level with Minshew at quarterback. You hope that he wins half his games. And they're about 500 when Deshaun Watson comes back. Let's say.
I know, but he's not Superman now. He's not Superman.
But he's definitely better than Jalen Hurts, even coming in cold. I'll take the guy over Jalen Hurts. Talent-wise. Again, remember that. Talent.
I don't know.
He's that good.
If the Eagles are willing to give up 3 first-round picks while they have Jalen Hurts, that tells me everything I need to know about Jalen Hurts and their feelings. That means that they think he's ass.
They don't think he's a franchise guy. To this point, we haven't seen any belief, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they think he's ass.
What is he, 22, 23 years old?
I know.
I mean, it's like, God damn, give him the fucking chance.
I'd be happy with him.
You're willing to burn 3 first-round picks when you have a 22-year-old quarterback who just made the playoffs. Like, I'm confused.
That's the thing, Nick, is I'm getting everybody. No, you're right. I'm getting everybody thinking here, okay? I would love to see Jalen Hurts get a chance. I think he's a good player. I have no problem with it, but I'm telling you what the Eagles think. Would I take Deshaun Watson over Hurts? Yeah. But would I like to see Hurts if that's not the case? Yeah, definitely. I think he has room to grow. I don't think he's going to be a franchise guy. He could turn into a top 15 guy.
I mean, look,
but he's right now, he's a bottom 10 quarterback right now. Of course,
we always want to hear, like, oh, yeah, like, it's like saying, oh, would we take Brady? Of course we would take Brady, but there's a price tag that comes with it. Like, you got to pay up 3 first-round picks. That's the caveat in this whole deal.
2 of them are house money, though. That's the thing. And I think they'll get a first back for Hurts. So, basically, I mean, it's really like it's a wash. It's like you're giving up picks, but you get one back. It's like you never lost any to begin with. And you got it from making smart moves. And they were paying Carson Wentz $38 million a year. So you're basically replacing Carson Wentz with Deshaun Watson. And
that's a good
in the
point.
long, it's a fucking full circle moment.
I mean, it's a
I'm
good
getting
point.
people thinking here.
Yeah, but the Godfather made a good point. The Eagles won with Foles.
They did.
So it's like, why can't they win with Hurts?
Could be a
If
scheme
you
thing.
got those,
Foles could make
if you
throws,
used those
though.
draft picks and you brought in talent, then like for me, just keep Jalen Hurts. You never know what can happen. You build that defense. You get another wide receiver. You get Devontae Smith on another year, and you keep your draft picks. You could build around that.
It's true,
Like
Nick.
for me, like that makes the most sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say on it because I don't think they're getting them. So to me, it's just like it's a moot point.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think they're going.
Until he's gone, until he's
Yeah.
traded somewhere, I can't let it go. I've seen too many things connecting.
I want it to happen just simply so for you.
I want a Russell Wilson. So,
Yeah, I got you.
but I mean, the concept is the same. And look, Russell Wilson got traded for basically the exact same package that I proposed, just with a different team. So, we got to move on though, because this is going to be never ending until it happens. All right, we got a couple more things to cover today. And first, starting with Kirk Cousins.
Oh.
He is now off the market. He is re-upped with Minnesota. He's signed through 2023, fully guaranteed. He's not going anywhere. He's got a no-trade clause now. He's not going anywhere.
His agent, he is the best agent in professional sports.
Yeah, for real.
You got a no trade clause? The only two other people in the league that have that are Russell Wilson and
It's up
Deshaun
there.
Watson.
It's up there with Sam Bradford. He must have a Sam Bradford same agent.
So yeah,
Wow.
he might.
I'm
Here's
dead
his
ass.
career earnings.
No, Nick, no, he's actually, dude, he's blowing Sam Bradford out of the water, bro.
Oh yeah. I
Here's
know.
his
But-
career
crazy.
earnings. Career earnings, guys. Yeah, because he's going to keep making money. He's not done yet. So,
But he was the pioneer for that shit.
yeah, he was. He was.
But real fast,
Facts,
hold
Nick.
on, before you
Facts.
say this,
Go ahead.
Kirk Cousins has had a fully guaranteed contract for the last 4 years in the NFL. Kirk Cousins, a fully guaranteed contract.
His contract changed the game, guys.
I don't know.
By the way, we just found out the full value for our next topic, Mitch Trubisky. But we'll save that. Okay. Hold on there. But Kirk Cousins' career earnings, $231 million. Actually, rounded up, it's roughly $232 million for literally a 500 record. He's 59-2.
How many
And
years as a starter?
He has made more money since 2016 out of every single player. Oh, excuse me. He has made the most money of every single player since 2016. Second was Aaron Rodgers.
What?
Kirk Cousins since 2016.
snapping now?
Cash value, $159 million. This is the highest in the NFL.
I can't lie. Why? What's the obsession with Kirk Cousins with the Vikings? Why? Like do they
he's-
owe him something? Is there something behind the scenes that he knows about as you trying to keep him like?
No, it's just like, who are you gonna go get? You gonna go get Mitchell Trubisky? Because like he's a middle of the pack quarterback. He shows flashes, he gets numbers. It's just he's not.
You know what you do? You pick up the phone and you call the Texans and say, "Yo, what's good?"
I mean, I guess, but
I'm seeing overrated. Everybody's saying overrated for what he's getting paid.
I mean, good for him.
He's a good player,
Exactly.
but
he's a good
I mean,
player. Yeah.
this is what we're talking about. Oh, what? 12 to 15 range? So, question is, guys, it's a facts or cap, okay? The Vikings are a playoff team this year.
Cap.
Facts or cap?
Cap. I mean,
Serious.
media cap.
yeah, I'm still going Cap. But I think Kevin O'Connell might get him to go. If there's a next level of Kirk Cousins or any improvement areas, I think Kevin O'Connell can get it out of him. But I'm still rolling Cap because he's a 500 quarterback.
Bro,
It is what it is.
Like exactly. Like you're like you just said it. Like if he gets better, like what you see is what you get with Kirk Cousins. Bro.
Yeah, it's-
so
it's-
at this point in his career, is like
Middle of the pack guy.
which is like he's still formidable. Like he's a starter in
Yeah.
the league. Like I'm not gonna shit on him about that, but what you see is what you get. Like he's gonna be 9-8, 10-7, fighting for the last 7 seed or 6 seed or whatever.
8 and 9 to 10 and 7.
Yeah.
They needed a change,
Right.
though,
Right.
at coach. I think maybe this is the best chance of them getting the most out of this offense. This
But there's-
offense has been great.
But there's also talks about Adam Thielen being on the block So I mean,
Maybe.
yeah.
He's getting up there in age.
Unless they believe in that kid KJ Osborne. He had a couple good games last year.
I mean, I got to believe that the defense will be a little bit better. They've had a ton of talent there. And even Mike Zimmer is not getting the most out of the unit. So maybe just a fresh change here. I mean, Mike, did you say fact or cap?
Cap.
You said cap? Because I'm looking through. Look, let's look at the playoff picture here. All right. There's not. The NFC sucks, man.
That's crazy.
They're
Commanders
booty.
are-
Like, look, you got Packers, you got Bucs, you got Rams, you got Cardinals, 49ers. That's 5 teams. Cowboys, probably. Eagles, probably. I mean, that's your 7 seeds right there.
Teeter on the Commanders.
But like
Don't sleep.
something tells me that I don't know.
Fact.
It feels like they should be a playoff team. Like
They should. It's
I'm
just,
gonna say cap, but they're close. They're this close. They have everything that they need. They need consistency.
And a valid driver's license.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's all you need.
I'm gonna say cap,
yeah,
but
it's-
still, the guy gets paid.
he just makes his
He's getting
money.
bricks.
Like, good for him. I'm happy for him. Get your money, but
Yeah.
damn,
He'd be robbing them folks.
no trade clauses, fully guaranteed contracts.
He robs the shit out of them, ski mask way.
They determined that there's no better quarterback on the market for them, and they obviously didn't get enough good deals, so they're locked in. They're locked into Kirk Cousins. I think that Kevin O'Connell took the job knowing that Cousins would be his QB, though. I really believe that. There's some Cousins lovers around the league.
If Cousins,
He might be
if
one.
they don't make the playoffs this year, I don't want to hear no more talk
Yep.
about Kirk Cousins. Ever.
They got to get in.
Hey, but
They
how
gotta
many years
get
are you going
in.
to be saying that? You know what I mean? And then next year
Well,
comes
no,
around,
no,
like,
because
oh,
here we
yeah,
go. No,
Kirk
no, here we go.
Cousins
Because
is
he's
right.
getting,
It's the
he's
same
getting a
shit.
good offensive.
right, Nick.
He's getting
You're
an
right.
offensive-minded guy now. It's not Mike Zimmer, who's a defensive coach. He's getting an offensive guy, and he has a loaded offense, which is the argument I was making last week when I was saying the dude doesn't really catch shit because, he's got 25 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. They're good for nothing. They're 7 and 8.
And it makes sense to switch.
no, I agree.
Like, offense is your strength. Build around your offense. Be an offensive team. That's how they're going to get in if they get in. They actually kind of remind me, in some ways, to the Cowboys of last year. They could be an opportunistic defense with a great offense. They got all the same pieces, roughly. Kind of the same thing, unless they trade Daniil Hunter. He's apparently available. We'll see. They kind of have the same roster. It's really similar. And obviously, Cowboys got a better quarterback, but I'm just saying. It's pretty close. Offensive lines kind of cancel out. Weapons now, you got Jefferson versus CeeDee Lamb. The number 2s are suspect,
Well, Jefferson's a stud.
right?
He's-
Dalvin Cook is better than their running backs. Interesting, right? No one thought of it that way, probably. We'll see,
Top 5 running back, top 5 wide receiver.
right?
You got to win, bro.
Yeah, like, I
It's time.
I
Like,
just don't get it.
you got to win.
But, I mean, you can't blame his team overall. I mean, their defense was pretty disappointing, but
They had a good defense a few years ago. I mean,
Few years ago,
I'm not for
yeah.
nothing, but Case Keenum took that team to the NFC Championship game.
bro,
Case
That
Keenum.
defense was
turn his
wild.
mic up, Phil. Yeah. Turn his mic up.
Case Keenum.
Wow, Godfather
I
says
agree.
Cousins is better than Prescott.
So, I mean, he shot out.
But I mean, the thought of
Cousins
the
is better than
Vikings
Dak.
being the same team, they're pretty similar.
Cousins is better than Prescott is fucking bananas.
That's your blood, brother.
I know.
Godfather's right about a lot of things, though.
He is.
So, just saying. Tom says, oh my God. Family, though. Actually, while we're on the Cowboys, and I don't want to spend too much time on them because we got one more thing after that, and we got to close out. But the Cowboys traded Amari Cooper to the Browns for basically a 5. And then they re-signed Michael Gallup 5 years, roughly $13 million a season. Can we make any sense of this shit?
Yeah, I can make sense of it.
You want to try?
Shout out James Provito for this. They're sabotaging
well,
Mike
James,
McCarthy
you know.
to get Sean Payton next year. I totally believe it because this is ridiculous.
I totally
James-
disagree, bro.
I disagree too because I had a long talk with James about the Cowboys a couple months ago. Maybe it was a month ago. And he was all in on the Mike McCarthy train.
James is there.
Like,
James,
yo,
thank
Shit,
you.
he did tune in.
Like,
My man, I knew he would.
like, yo,
James,
what
that's
kind
shout
of
out. You know,
stupid-
I was
that's
pushing the
just
Sean
dumb.
Payton shit.
That's stupid. Like, that is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Bro, they're
Think about it. You're sabotaging a whole year for Sean Payton. Like, you're guaranteed to win a Super Bowl with Sean Payton. Get the fuck out.
Yeah,
Bro.
I'm gonna dismiss that shit right now.
Dak
But-
Prescott lost Amari Cooper, Cedric Wilson, who played all right.
yeah, Cedric Wilson just
Bro.
signed away too.
Cap space, bro. That shit's yo, it's gonna bite you in the ass eventually.
It's undefeated.
It does. Yeah.
It's Zeke.
It catches up
Cap
to you, dude.
space and
So,
father
like,
time, undefeated.
they had to make some cuts.
They
got
were just
CeeDee
saying
Lamb.
too. They were talking about the Rams giving Stafford $45 million a year. That they're going to be in cap hell too if they do that.
James says they did it to Wade Phillips. Let me just tell you something. Jerry Jones is not sacrificing another year of his life as a fossil currently to lose. This man is not going to lose.
Bro, Michael Gallup's not even going to be ready at the start
That's
of this
crazy.
season.
Now, apparently, his cap hit for the year this year might be, I think it was 5 or 6 mil.
That's
Who
nothing.
cares? He's not
That's
going to
nothing,
play.
but he's not even going to play, right? He's not even going to play.
But later in the
That's
season, will.
yeah, right.
Halloweenish, but
But
at
they're
that
not
point-
done. They got to do something. They just lost Cedric Wilson too. They got to sign someone else to
It's
fill
CeeDee
in the
Lamb.
gap. Pauls.
Your only wide receiver had one catch in a playoff game.
I warned you guys that they were giving him the number
Does
one
anybody
job.
know?
They just got rid of
Zeke's
one
cap
of the
hit?
best route runners. Yeah, I think it's 18 million,
Yeah,
and they can't get rid of him
It
until
is.
next year.
It's 18.
They can't get rid of him until next year, or else it's like 30 mil in dead cap.
Next year he can get cut, right?
so you
or
yeah,
released.
next year you could, and it would save
He's
some
gone
money.
next year.
Yeah, he's definitely going next year.
That's the only reason they literally can't be the team that they want to be because they signed a running back.
So
That's wild, dude. It's
I
so
definitely don't
wild,
believe
bro.
that theory. Though.
James, he's bleeding. James Palante, make it make sense.
Me and Jimmy have been talking every day
Jim.
about this.
Jim, I'm trying, man, but honestly, I think you could have attempted to at least restructure Amari Cooper, and if not, you gotta that's the bread and butter of the Cowboys is this offense.
He
right?
changed Dak Prescott's career, bro.
He did. He changed his career. I will be happy to admit that.
and nobody
I
likes-
love CeeDee Lamb too, but like right now, Amari Cooper is still a top 5 route runner in this league.
He's a top 10 wide receiver all day.
I feel bad. He's going to no man's land.
He's a top 10 wide receiver. Bro.
You could argue it at least, but I'm not
Even
going
if
to put
he's
him
10,
there.
that's fine.
Talent-wise, he's easily going to be there, I
He's
think.
awesome, bro.
But like he can't stay on the field too, so that's the one argument. But Jim, I don't know what they're doing, brother. Jim's a Cowboys fan, guys. In case anyone that's just tuning in that don't know James,
I just don't
Jim,
get it. I mean,
all right.
you pay your quarterback all this money, and then you're going to rebuild that team. To me, that doesn't make any sense. So
just
I'm
weird.
calling cap on that. That's definitely cap.
It's just weird, man. They're not done yet, though. And I did also just see that they might be able to keep DeMarcus Lawrence. I don't know how, other than letting somebody else loose. So, La'el Collins might be on the move. Man, this team is in shambles.
They really are.
Shambles.
And why
Sorry,
yeah,
James.
If they lose La'el Collins,
They're still a
too,
playoff team right now, but it could get ugly. It could get ugly. They're still a playoff team for now. Go ahead, Mike. What were you saying?
If they lose La'el Collins too, and then I mean not for nothing, but Diggs is going to be up for his contract next year.
I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know, but that's why you don't pay running back.
I think it was a good move to trade Amari Cooper.
I just think that
I think it was a good move, but I don't like what they got in return.
you know what
If that
it
makes
is?
sense.
Nick, you're right.
Because like not for nothing, Amari Cooper, he has been injured here and there. Like he's been nicked up sometimes.
So my thought
Like,
process.
he's missed time
But so
before.
is Gallup, and they signed Gallup.
No,
Gallup's not even
I'm
in
in
the same
doesn't make
agreement
any
group.
with
sense.
Nick.
That doesn't make any sense.
But why can't the Cowboys be cap savvy like everyone else in the league and just pay the man up front? You know he's going to be here this year. Pay him up front this year, give him some bonus money, and lower his cap number.
Yeah,
That's what anyone else would do.
To restructure, I would keep him at
That's
a
what I
restructure,
would've
but
done.
at $20 million, I don't know. Is he worth $20 million?
Bro,
Well-
fuck. Yeah. Am I missing something? on
no,
Amari
he's
Cooper?
not. But
I don't know.
Christian Kirk is now worth 20. So
Well,
at that
okay.
point, you
All
know.
right, well, if that's
but
what
we
we're
didn't
going
know that.
with, okay, yeah.
We didn't know that.
I didn't know that's the bar.
Nick,
but
what
in
I
free
have-
agency, everybody breaks the bank. It's all historic numbers every year. So, I mean,
I got you, James.
make it how you want.
All I do is spit facts. All right, I got you. Nick, I'm in agreement. I'm not paying Amari Cooper $20 million. I agree.
No, and that's what I'm saying. If you can't pay him and he's not willing to restructure, then you got to do something for him.
But for
I
that
don't know a
team
player-
right now, they have you get savvy.
I don't know a player in this league that would say no to upfront money. I don't even think they tried. They're so deep in their cap troubles. They just moved the fuck on.
Well, yeah, no, I
And
would keep him
they're
at a
smoking that
smaller
CeeDee
number.
Lamb shit, which he is very good, but
I would keep him at a smaller number than 20, but like, I don't know. I mean, when was the last time you saw Amari Cooper play in a big game and make an impact and change the game?
also true.
He still
Like,
draws attention though.
No, I get that, but like if we're gonna pay the guys $20 million or so, they got to be game-changing guys that are. If he's on the field, you're confident enough that you know that we're gonna win this game. I got Amari Cooper, I got Ezekiel Elliott, I got CeeDee Lamb, I got Gallup. If he's that guy, that offense would be exploding. Think about it. You got a true number one on the left side of the field, and you got CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup and Ezekiel Elliott and Schultz.
Well, Gallup was out.
You should be dominating, bro.
Yeah.
So,
And
like,
you know, for that matter, they chose,
I don't know, bro.
They chose
I don't
Dalton
know.
Schultz on a
You're gonna
franchise
see-
tag over
you're
there
gonna-
too.
You're gonna find that a lot this year because that offense is taking a huge step
I
back.
like
That's a
Amari
major
Cooper. I'm not
step back.
shitting on him, but what I'm saying is, in their situation, they had to do that. Like, they're not going to keep him for $20 million. That's
You
my
could have
thing.
restructured him, bro.
You could have, but maybe he didn't want to restructure, and maybe he just said, "Fuck it, just trade me then."
James
and
wanna-
that's what they did.
James wants to
Like, what are
remind
you
us.
gonna do? They honored his request.
James wants to remind us that they were the number one offense in the league, and that's supposedly their bread and butter. So if that's the case, if that's your bread and butter, change it up on defense. DeMarcus Lawrence is making $30 million a year. Restructure his ass. Pay him up front. They asked for pay cuts. They didn't ask for restructures. That's what it looks like.
Dak
James
restructured,
says
didn't he? Didn't
they
he?
said Amari Cooper didn't fit the offense. If that's the case, they're fucking shot. They're more shot than us.
Get a new offensive coach.
I mean, this is just crazy. I wasn't intending on carry on about the Cowboys, by the way, but we got a Cowboy fan here. We had to answer the question.
Well, no, I
know?
was just thinking
No,
the
these are-
the other way. You know what I
and
mean?
you're-
Like, yeah,
and
it
you're
makes
right.
sense. Like, I get it. Like what
He's
they
not
did.
been available, and they haven't
Yeah.
won big games.
I hate what they got in return for him. I mean, a 5,
Yeah.
like that's like if he's that guy where he's like a lethal wide receiver, true number one, top 10 guy, and you got a 5 for him, there's something wrong. I'm feeling the disconnect here between the Amari Cooper fans and myself.
So the Browns, I guess, believe the other side of it. The Browns believe that he is that guy, and that's why they had to give up a 5 because they took on the contract. So the Browns think he's that guy. We may not. The Cowboys don't.
Look, man, like I said, if he is that guy, bro, you're paying up at least a second round pick for him. If he's a top 10 wide receiver.
They may have gotten that though, but they said they were outright just going to cut him.
They were
They
trying
fucked
to
that
look.
up.
They wanted him to stay out of the division because the Eagles were interested, and they wanted someone to take on the whole contract. So in order to do that, you got to make sacrifices. They got nothing in return.
So you're telling me no other team in the league was willing to trade for Amari Cooper?
Maybe not, Nick, and maybe that's why you might be on to something.
And that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, well, if
of his
he is
injuries
that
and
guy, you would look at Amari Cooper and be like, oh, I need him on my team immediately. He's a game-changing guy. He's going to come in here. He's going to light it up. He's going to make us so much better. If he was that guy, that's what you do.
He did do
and that's
that,
why
though.
I'm confused about this whole deal. For them to only get a 5, it doesn't make any sense.
And
Like, for me.
I think that people wanted him at a different number. I think he would have had a ton of suitors in free agency.
If he hit free agency,
They really wanted to get him out of the NFC East and the NFC that badly, I guess. And they wanted someone to take on the contract. So I guess they did what they wanted to do, really. We
I'm just
absolutely have
confused.
every right. Nick,
is
you have every
confusing. It
right.
doesn't
I'm
make any
confused,
sense.
bro.
We
I mean,
all
like I said.
could
like, I
question the
don't know.
Cowboys. We don't.
know.
I mean,
Like I
Something's
said,
up over
I
there.
feel like
Sorry, James.
There's a disconnect. Yeah, I mean,
it is. I would be so frustrated if I was a fan of that team right now. Now, we have to touch on one last thing. We're going a little over tonight, but we kept you guys late, so you earned it, okay? You earned it. Last subject of the night. Mitchell Trubisky? Phil, sound the fucking alarm. I haven't heard that thing in a while. The
Sorry,
Steelers signed Mitchell Trubisky to a 2-year, and here's the number we've been waiting for it, $14 million. That's actually cheap as hell.
That is very
But
cheap.
I thought it was going to be more. But still, they decided for the next 2 years that this man is their starting quarterback with that talent that they have there. I'm sure they're going to draft somebody, guys. I'm sure they're going to draft somebody, but still, they chose Mitchell Trubisky. He was getting a lot of positive buzz. There were a lot of teams interested, supposedly.
I got to be honest with you guys.
I think he chose the Steelers over the Giants. That was what the rumor was, because he had a clearer path to starting.
I think the Steelers are still in play for another quarterback. That's too low of a number for them. There's no commitment.
You
He's
could
just a
frame
bridge
that as
guy,
upper
right?
hand backup money,
He
right?
could be the backup to somebody better. And you get rid of Mason Rudolph finally. Bro.
Get him the fuck out of the
Yeah,
league, please.
And who else they got? Simba?
Yeah. I love young Simba.
Yeah. Dwayne Haskins is a third option. But, like, to me, I feel like Mitch Trubisky is a backup. If Pete is the Steelers starter, I feel bad for every single Steelers fan out there. Like, this guy is really bad.
I'm going to have so much fun with Broads this year.
Like,
Man, if
is
Broads is here
fucking
tonight,
ass.
I want to hear from you, Broads, because I talked to another Steelers fan who was pretty happy that this was the short-term route. He wanted.
He's not in here. You don't.
I thought Jameis Winston was a better fit over there, personally. I thought Carson Wentz would have been a good fit over there. I thought
Jim knows I hate him.
Derek Carr
I'm not a fan of
would have been a
Mitch.
good fit.
Mitch.
The Steelers decided they'd rather build, I guess. I mean, look, there's some teams out there that think that this guy's salvageable. He's got all the tools, supposedly, right? He's athletic. He's got an arm. Maybe the Bears underutilized him. I mean,
Bro, but here's the thing, though, dude. Like, that's all he's got is fucking is all the thing he could do well in the league is run and scramble. That's all he could do. But this guy is inconsistent as hell. He's not a starter in this league. He should not be signed by a top-notch franchise with the Steelers. Like, I'm sorry, the Steelers are too rich in history, as Carson Wentz would like to say about the Commanders.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. See,
You're watching them.
rich in history,
You're
poor in
keeping
quarterback
tabs on him
play.
like he's
Yeah.
paying next time.
Yeah. So for me, it's like I feel like the Steelers have something else coming. They have to. There's no way in hell they're letting Mason Rudolph or Mitchell Trubisky be the starter next year.
You're right.
You had Deontay Johnson. You got Claypool. You drafted what's his name? Harris. I mean, like, what are you doing with these young players? Oh yeah, let's just bring in Trubisky.
Passion.
So you got all these young stars in the fold, but yet you got Mitchell Trubisky as your quarterback. Make it make sense, dog.
Passion.
Nick, I am in
fuck is
agreement.
this?
I don't think they're done. I think they're definitely drafting somebody. Now, the question is, I think that they want Willis. I don't think he's going to fall that far. So are you willing to move up? I think they like Kenny Pickett, too. Maybe he's there. But neither of them, I think, are going to be ready. And if they are, now Mitchell Trubisky's getting paid at a number you could be happy with as a backup. So maybe a rookie comes here and wins the job. It's possible. Kenny Pickett might be pro-ready. He might be the only one in the whole class that's pro-ready.
Bro,
I am not sold, though.
I would trade
do not
for
like it.
Jordan Love and have him play over Trubisky. Why not? If you're gonna
I wouldn't like
sabotage
that
the
either.
season, bro, if you're gonna sabotage the season with fucking Mitchell Trubisky, then what the fuck? I mean, you had nothing to lose at that point.
Do you think the Steelers are a playoff team?
There,
Trubisky?
hold on. There's the facts or cap question.
No.
This is how we're ending
Fuck
tonight.
no.
All right.
Are the Steelers a playoff team? So the Steelers
Facts or
are a
cap?
playoff team.
That's
Facts,
cap, bro.
Nick
I'm
says
sorry,
cap.
that's cap.
I'm like in the middle on this one. It's cap, though. I'm saying it's cap. But there is a chance that it's facts. They did make it with Ben last year, who was a statue. So it's like, can Mitchell really play worse than Ben did last year?
Bro, have you watched him?
He's the only quarterback in the league that never threw a pick six for a touchdown.
Look,
that's
there's
how we're
one
playing.
thing here that gives me slight
Dude,
hope
that's
for this
fat.
guy. I don't
Fuck
think
out
he
here.
could play, okay?
Ass, bro. Crazy as hell.
I don't think he could play. But I think working with Brian Dable and Josh Allen, who also was not a finished product literally 2 years ago, similar type of player, maybe you could get something out of him. I don't think so. Okay? I'm saying cap, but I think they're close. I think that they're probably going to win the same amount of games right now. If you ask me today, they're probably like 8-9 win team. Because to me, what this says is, I don't want to hit the panic button here, but did they sign Mitch Trubisky over Jameis Winston and other options who fit the Steelers mold because they're not going to upgrade this O-line the way that I want them to? Because Mitch Trubisky can run around and escape the pressure? Do they have like a lack of confidence that they're going to upgrade this O-line? I'm a little nervous. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't. He doesn't fit the Steelers' offense.
Mitchell Trubisky.
They like a strong arm pocket passer. And you're bringing in a guy where you have to move him out of the pocket. You have to get this guy moving. You cannot do what Matt Nagy did with this guy. You have to utilize his strengths of making plays out of nothing. I don't know what's going on over there. But
he's doing his theories.
What I do know is
I didn't know you hated Mitchell Trubisky like
Bro,
this.
he's ass. Like, what does he bring to the table, bro? Is he gonna deliver you a Lombardi? Then what the fuck is he? Why you have him as your quarterback? That's the only option that you had on the table was Mitchell Trubisky, bro.
He's better than Mason Rudolph.
Oh, well, I'm happy they did that just so I don't have to see that guy
And he's
play
better than young Simba.
ever again. I don't ever want to see him suit up for an NFL team. Ever.
And he's never thrown a pick six for a touchdown.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, which is
bro.
why it's weird. Like, I heard the nickname Mitch Six for a long time. He's never thrown a pick six until this year. I'm sure he will, but it's the AFC North. Guys, I mean, the Ravens are getting in over them right now. I would probably take the Browns over them right now.
You know what this screams? This screams
The Broncos are getting
Mike
in?
Lennon all over again. Remember when Mike Lennon went to?
Well, that's the definition of a fucking statue right there.
Yeah.
That's,
But, like,
that's
he got
tree.
paid, bro.
That's the real tree.
He
right
got paid
there.
by the Bears, didn't he?
Yeah.
They gave him a big ass
They
contract.
gave him a bag. For sure. He stunk, bro.
Well, it looks like
Stunk, bro.
we're going to find out who the real Mitch Trubisky is. We don't love the move.
Watch, he gonna come out.
It's
slinging.
better than Mason Rudolph,
Get
but we
P.
don't
Rivers
love the
on the
move.
phone, James says.
There's a number of teams. I mean,
Okay.
the Broncos didn't even make the playoffs last year. The Broncos, the Ravens, the Browns, the Chargers didn't make the playoffs. The Colts didn't. I mean, we'll see what happens there. But there's 4 teams right now I can tell you're getting in over the Steelers. 4 teams I just gave you.
It sucks because I like their roster. They got a
Shame.
really good team. I mean, all they're really missing is that quarterback that can literally take them over the head. You know what I mean? Like I believe in this team, but they don't have any quarterback, bro.
Well, I mean, could
Like,
Mitchell Trubisky really play worse than Ben did last year?
What is your ceiling with Mitchell Trubisky? If your goal is to,
But Nick, not every quarterback in the league is a Super Bowl winning caliber, bro. Like there are tiers.
But that's the goal. That's what I mean. Steelers are one of the greatest franchises in the NFL. If you're going to replace a legend, you got to replace him with somebody better to keep your name.
not
Like,
yet
you
though.
got to
But,
keep.
there's a such thing as a bridge quarterback.
What's a bridge quarterback?
Somebody that just
Trubisky?
gets you by until you get
Okay, so what
A
you're
bridge
saying
quarterback with upside.
Is, yeah. So what you're saying is they're going to go through the draft.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You would go through the draft.
Not this year, but next year.
Okay. So, but you have Deontay Johnson,
Yeah.
who's young, and Harris is young, and Claypool. But eventually, those contracts are going to expire. You're going to have to pay somebody. So that quarterback he's got to be legit enough
What's he
for
supposed
you to
to
get
do,
by.
though?
What?
What are the Steelers supposed to do though? There's not crazy. I mean, maybe like if you go get a Jimmy G, I suppose that would be better. But they had Big Ben for 20 years. Like it's all right to have a down season. The Colts did it, and they wound up getting Andrew Luck.
Guys,
I mean,
I'm afraid to say I'm going to have to hit the pause button
that's
on you
dumb.
right now.
Wasting talent.
You hear that music? You hear that shit? By the way, Tom says Nick puts every QB on a pedestal.
No, but like no, because like if every year your goal is to rebuild and try to find a quarterback, then like you're never gonna find it, bro. Because once you got to pay your quarterback, you got to pay the fucking players around you. So like my thing is like you got to build. If you got to go out and go get somebody who you know can win the bowl. Bottom line, that's got to be your centerpiece to
Not
build
always
around
available,
them.
though.
That's why the Eagles are going to get Watson.
You gotta have that guy, bro. You gotta have that guy
So
that
who would you say
think
the
can win a Super
Steelers
Bowl.
get this year? Who would you rather them get this year that's going to take them right over the top?
I think Russell Wilson would have done it. I think Deshaun Watson would.
That's fair, but
But-
they both control their own.
But here's the thing with Deshaun Watson. We already talked about it earlier with the suspension and everything. So we don't know anything further on that. So I don't know. But yeah, you put anybody on the Steelers, hell yeah, dude. Like Aaron Rodgers. What if you fucked around and got him?
Well,
he
you know
he
what?
didn't sign a dotted line, right?
Maybe facts.
So what are we
maybe the
talking about?
Steelers
Kung fu.
like what they have. Maybe they're shot. We're going to find out. But until then, guys, we got some more. Okay, we have our next show Thursday, 8 p.m. All right, more free agency. Maybe we touch on MLB. I don't know. I think there's going to be a ton of NFL stuff that we have to cover first. We'll get to MLB. All right, there's a lot of shit happening. and we're going to talk about March Madness. All right? We're going to have our brackets out there for you guys. I can't believe that. It's like, it's not even getting talked about because the NFL is that crazy.
I know.
March Madness starts this Thursday. We'll get our brackets out to you before that, and we'll talk about some of our favorite upsets and shit and who we're picking to win. We're going to make it kind of summarized because we're going to talk about March Madness longer term, I think. All right? Until then, though, that was our episode tonight, episode 64 of P&I. It was brought to you by Prize Picks, your home for daily fantasy sports. New users who sign up for Prize Picks today using the promo code ICONIC will receive a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy made easy. Also, we were live tonight on the Props Network at propshq.com. Be sure to go there and subscribe to our show. You will not regret it. And I just told you, next show Thursday, 8 p.m. All right? Nick Theories, take it away. Thank you, everybody. Great comments again.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube. We are also available on propshq.com, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Megaphone, and Stitcher, and all that other shit. Also, follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and we will see you guys Thursday night at P&I.
Rest in peace, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon.
Oh, man.
Rest in peace.
NWO, man.
Fucking legend.
The NWO.
Had to say
That was
it.
an error.